Hey, I'm Chris Shiflett at Guitar Center. I have a new Fender Signature guitar coming out, or it's out, it just came out. And what it is it's a Telecaster Deluxe, and we made a few modifications to make it, I don't know, just a little more rock friendly. So the main thing that we changed about this guitar is that normally like a Tele Deluxe has wide range pickups in it. So we swapped out the wide range pickups for humbuckers, so it's a little beefier tone. They normally have a maple fretboard, and we used rosewood, it's a little warmer, nicer. And they also usually have a 3-bolt neck back here, and we did 4 because it's a little more stable. And of course, they don't normally have my name written on the back of them, but we put that on here as well. And you know, it was we worked for a few months getting this thing together and ran through a couple of prototypes and wound up with this. Well, as far as my, signature sound or my sound that I'm most comfortable, playing with has always been humbuckers. I was always a humbucker guitar player. I grew up playing in rock and roll bands, and the few times that, as a teenager, sort of not knowing what was what, that I plugged in a single coil pickup guitar, it just freaked me out and scared me. It sounded so thin and weird and jangly that I didn't know what to do with it. So I always ran back to a guitar with humbuckers. And especially, in Foo Fighters, you gotta have a humbucker. It's just that kind of sound, it's a big, meaty rock chords and stuff. With the Dead Peasants, I can get away with I like playing a single coil pickup like a regular Tele, but for anything Foo Fighters or Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, anything that's rocking, I have to have humbucker pickups, so that's what we went with. My greatest musical moment so far is really hard to pick. There's been a whole lot of them through the years. We've been really fortunate in Foo Fighters to get to play with a bunch of the people that we grew up listening to, which has been amazing. But it's hard to say. I mean, at the same time, my 9th grade talent show was a pretty fucking amazing musical moment for me too. Like the first time I went to Europe. I've been really lucky where I like from a certain point on, I just sort of joined bands that already had shit going on. Like I joined No Use for a Name, they already had a bunch of records and it was like built in, and then I just kind of went and did that. And when I joined Foo Fighters, obviously, they were 3 albums deep into doing what they were doing, so that was already a big thing. When we were kids in my family, I had 2 older brothers. They both played guitar. And so, I wanted to play guitar too. Like, music to us was like how some families have sports or something. Like, some people are passionate about football or whatever. All we cared about was music and rock and roll bands. My mom actually bought me a piano, because like my oldest brother played guitar, our middle brother played bass. And so I was like, well, I can't play, those 2 instruments are taken, I gotta go with something else. So I picked piano. My mom bought me a piano. It sat in my living room for like a year, and then she finally bought me a guitar, and that was it.